Watcher. It's Saturday 12th of December. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. I've got a session of just under 24 hours ahead of me down my local syndicate, and if I get there, that is, because my car has mysteriously run out of coolant, so I've topped it up. That doesn't bode well. So if I make it down there, let's see if I catch. Well, I made it. I was watching that temperature gauge all the way. I didn't know I'd go up quickly to halfway, but it stayed there. So I think I must have had a slow leak, and I just didn't notice it. It eventually got too low, and then I lost all my heater air. So fingers crossed it's just a slow leak and I can just keep topping it up and keep the car going. Kind of half of me wants the car to die actually, because I want to get a van, but I can't quite afford it yet. So if the car keeps going for a bit longer, then that's all right, because it gives me more time to save a bit of money. Anyway, right, I've chosen this whim. There's not many people down there actually. Normally that seems quite popular, but there's no one over there. There's two lads that are over there, and someone right down in the corner there, and someone halfway up the lake there. But I've decided to come in here. You know, there's quite a lot of sun on there, which I've warmed that up today. It's quite shallow over there. And it looks like some felling's gone on over there, or trees gone over. God, this, yeah, it looks like a couple of trees have gone over. If they haven't been felled, what's that? Wow. The water's not even that high, because if the water gets high, I can understand it eroding the bank, because there's like a little spit there and just a line of trees that grows along it. But wow. Yeah, but I don't know how far that one goes into the water. That's going to make fishing over there a bit iffy. But anyway, there's a little plateau out there, so I'm going to fish out there. One out there. I don't know about the other one. But yeah, don't know what's going on over there. I'll have to have a look before I pack up, or before I go tomorrow. Right. Yeah. Well, nice clear weather. So I've got a bit more time than usual to set up, so I'm not rushing to try and beat the dark. So I shall go and get my gear out, and then yeah, do an update in a bit. Wow, that's a lot of weed. Okay, what I've decided to do then is the right hand one is going to go in out there just short of where that swan is. Actually, that swan's probably, I don't know if you can see it out there, but it's a swan that was dipping up and down, it's feeding. I cast out there, it must have been about 18 or so wraps, perhaps a bit shorter than that actually, yeah, and hit thick weed. So I've pulled back, got to some clear stuff, clipped it up, came back in, cleared the weed off, chucked it out again, and yeah, it was clean. So I'm just going to be fishing this side of a weed bed out there. It's going to be in line with that tall tree on the horizon, so I should be able to hit it at night. Probably put about half a dozen spots out there, 30 baits. And this one, where there's two trees that have been felled really recently, there's another one leaning over, but you can't see on this camera, but they almost crisscross. So, and it's a little bay that they sort of cut off now, so I'm going to fish up to that, not as tight as the trees because I don't know what's in the water, but I've cast out there. I know to drag back and it's clean, nice and silty, but clear. 17, just over 17 wraps. I'm going to stick one out there, and again the same again, half a dozen spots, about 30 baits. What I'm going to be using is this is a Poacher Baits Tiger Nut and Maple 16mm wafter, because it's nice and clean and silty out on the left hand rod, and on the right hand one I'm going to be using an SV1 pop-up, and the freebies, I've got some freebies coming up about, like I say, about 30 on each rod, and then I've got hemp, pellet and sweet corn for me half a dozen spods each. Right, okay, let's get them out there. Oh, this one's going to go through my line. Yeah, you nearly had me, didn't you? Right. I think I'm only going to do one more. It hasn't been fishing great. Quite a few people have been blanking on here, I think, at the minute. I know certainly someone I keep in touch with has found it hard. Chance one out of the way. Come on. I'm not going to, are you? Go on then, off we go. No, should have kept going the other way. Come on mate, I haven't got time. Sun's going down now. I suppose that's what happens when you put hemp and pellet out, all the husks float up to the surface and that sort of thing from the hemp. I don't know if he's too far away now or not, I don't think so. Right, that's going to be it. I haven't got the time. Yeah, he's not going anywhere, is he? Just unclip this for the other rod. Okay. Push that crap off. Oh, now he goes. Oh well. I'm going to stick more out later. Right. That's right on it. It's about a foot to the left of where my foam's popped up. And that's about a foot to the right. Bit more than that, 2 foot. That's a bit right again. A little bit. One more, I think. That's on the money, that one. Okay. Right, light's fading now. What's the time? 20 past 4. Temperature's dropping off as well quite rapidly. It's going to get down to about 2 degrees tonight, according to the forecast. Clear skies, and then about 4 o'clock this morning the rain's going to come in, and it's going to rain all day tomorrow. So you never know, just before a change in the weather might get them feeding. I don't fancy it much whilst it's like this, but you never know. Yeah, I'm glad I backleaded actually with the swans, because I can imagine they're going to come in here close tonight. Be a nuisance. Right, I'm going to get my thermals on, I think, because it's getting a bit chilly. Morning. Well, that was uneventful. Quiet night. It's 7:30 now. I had a frost during the night. It was all clear, and there's frost on the bivvy, so it must have dipped down below 2 degrees that the forecast said it was going to be. But then this cloud moved in about 4 o'clock in the morning, and then about 5 it started to rain and drizzle on and off, which is what it's doing now. So yeah, it's not too heavy, just a little bit of rain now and again. But yeah, it's looking better now. Got a nice breeze, sort of southerly, coming up the middle of the lake. So I'm still semi-confident, or more confident than I was yesterday, I think. But I've not heard anything during the night. Yeah, it's been deadly quiet. So yeah. Not sure how long I'm going to hang it out. I probably won't go all the way to lunchtime. Excuse me. I'll probably only give it till about mid-morning, 10:30, something like that. Depends how the rain is. If I get some sort of dry windows, then I'll pack up most of my gear, get it in the car, just have my bivvy and rods out for the last bit. Oh, drizzle blowing in here now. Yeah, wasn't sure how the wind would be when I set up. If I'd have known this, it'd be, because it looks almost like southeasterly rather than southerly. But yeah, I might have angled my bivvy off a little bit more. But as long as it don't rain too much, it'll be alright. It's only a bit of drizzle. Right, okay. Just whilst I'm packing away, I thought I'd mention this. This is a recent acquisition. It's a plumber's sort of heat mat. You know, if you put it behind pipes that you're soldering or whatever, and you can put a naked flame on that. You know, blowtorch and whatever, and it won't burn. So you know, if you have your cooker in your bivvy and your ground sheet or whatever, and there's no danger that it'll melt your ground sheet or burn through it. So yeah, just you know, I think it's £6 off of eBay, so well worth it. You know, I used to cook outside. I just didn't want to damage my mat or ground sheet. But no, with that you can have it in there, and also you know, helps heat up your bivvy in the winter. So yeah, just a little idea. Well, looking like, as I said before, this is another blank coming up, and I think that's what, 3 on the trot now since. I won't look at my phone. I think that's 3 on the trot, because I'll keep it in my calendar, my sessions on it. But I think that's 3 blanks on the trot now. I haven't made videos of all of them. That would be pretty boring. But yes, it hasn't been fishing well though, the lake, I know. It hasn't fished around the time that I had that fish just under 29 a few weeks ago. It was fishing well. A couple of 40s came out, and other fish, and then it just switched off. But it does fish well in the winter, this lake, so it should start again, and I'm hoping it does so in the next week, so next weekend, if we get a bit of settled weather like this, or you know, settled, unsettled weather, wind and rain, milder temperatures, you know, might get them going again. Yeah, that's the hope anyway. I'm definitely gonna, when I pack up, gonna drive around there. Well, I have to drive it in that way anyway, but I'm gonna park up and have a look and see what's happened with those trees over there. See what sort of feature that is now to fish to. Yeah, I can't get out on the spit, but I can get around to this side probably and have a look. Yes. Right, I'm just starting to slow pack away now. It's just coming up 8:30. Still raining on and off. It's not at the minute, but yeah, use all those little windows to dry spell to ferry the gear back up to the car. Right, okay, as you can see, your rods are on the deck now, largely packed up. I think I'm going to be off in a minute, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. I know I should stay to maximise my chances, you know, but I haven't seen or heard anything to give me any encouragement, and I know it hasn't been fishing that well recently. It was still last night, and I didn't hear any takes from round the lake from the others who are fishing, and I've got stuff to do at home, so I think I'm going to write this week off, and I want to have a quick look over there as well before I go. So I think I'm going to write this week off. So this will be another blank, so that's probably what, 4 I think in a row, 3 or 4. But you know, it's not been fishing, so I'm not missing much. Well, I'm not necessarily doing anything wrong. So I'm yeah, gonna switch the cameras off and get the rest of my gear up to the car and pull the rods in last, I think, once my bivvy's down and in there. I'll remember to save my water. Normally I'll pour it away, I always bring too much, but I've saved it just because I haven't checked the reservoir for the coolant. I might have to top it up to go home. So yeah, fingers crossed. I've got enough. I'm sure I will have. If it has drained out again, we shall see. Right, okay, I'll catch you next time.